Batman: The Killing Joke finally got released on Blu-ray yesterday, and I finally got a chance to watch it. I actually watched it last night on my movies on demand. I didn't buy the Blu-ray because would have been kind of a waste of money since I don't know how it's gonna turn out. And so I finally watched it last night, just like what I said. And yes, I have read the Killing Joke book, and I think it's a masterpiece, a classic. I think out of all the Batman graphic novels I read, it's probably my contender for being my favorite. It is dark. It is really dark and really violent though, and so the movie finally got made, and I remember when it was first announced that Warner Brothers was making a Batman: A Killing Joke movie. I was like, yes. And when I heard that they were gonna have Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill return to voice Batman and a Joker, I was like, double yes. And so I finally watched the movie, and I was so excited when the opening credits start with the Warner Brothers animation logo and a DC Comics logo, and right when the logos ended, I was in for a disappointment. It was disappointing. From start to finish, it was a really disappointing movie. But that's not to say that there were things in it that I liked. So, the story is that, actually, the story is so messy. Like, it is a really messy story. Like, the book, like, the Killing Joke comic book, that had just a simple story. The movie, while it does follow the story of the book, the first act just frustrated me. It just really frustrated me. And so the story is that so the Killing Joke story, if you guys don't know, is Batman has to save Commissioner Gordon from Joker kidnapped him, and he has to stop Joker from turning Commissioner Gordon into like this insane person. And it's just a simple story, but the movie is kind of messy in the first act because it concentrates too much on Batgirl. And here's a fact if you guys didn't know. Batman: A Killing Joke is the first animated Batman movie to receive an R rating. I'm not gonna say why, because if you watch it, you'll understand. And the R rating just takes away from all the fun. It's extremely violent, and this movie did need an R rating, in my opinion. It just needed a PG-13. Like, other than the violence and the darkness, it needed a PG-13. And the few problems that I had with it is that the first act was the first act sucked, but the second and third act were actually not that bad. They weren't stupendous, but they were good. And voice cast is good. Kevin Conroy is great as Batman, and Mark Hamill, he's a Joker. He was born to voice the Joker. He is just so good. And the animation, well, it was good. It was kind of underwhelming. It's not really animation you would see in a straight to DVD movie, but it's still fine animation. It was a bit underwhelming at parts, but it was fine overall. And yeah, overall, I was just so disappointed with Batman: A Killing Joke. I didn't think it was nowhere near as good as the book. And while it does recapture just the style of the book, the story is just messy. It was just a really messy story. It concentrated too much on Batgirl and Batgirl's relationship with Batman, which is kind of inappropriate a little bit, but I'm not going to go into too much detail, but let's just say it's a little bit inappropriate. And so yeah, I was so disappointed with The Killing Joke. Was it a bad movie? No. Was it a terrible movie? No. it was just okay. Disappointing, yes, but okay. So I'm gonna give Batman Killing Joke a C plus. It was just it's just a messy story. And while the second and third act were better than the first act, it was still kind of a it was just I just don't want to talk about it anymore. It was just so disappointing. Okay, guys, so that's it for my review of Batman the Killing Joke. And I have a question for you. Have you seen Batman the Killing Joke? What did you think about it? Do you prefer the book or the movie? Whatever you prefer or whatever you think, comment below and let me know. And if you want to see more of my videos, just be sure to subscribe.